pretty impactful one too, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's, I mean, first place losing to last place like this, that would be like, what, Hellbear Smashers beating Alliance or something?
Yeah, it's
or
not like Asta
Cut
versus
beating
E-Home.
EG.
Yeah, for sure. Was really top versus bottom, and it crashed.
Or Sparking Arrow Gaming beating Aster.
Who now lost to E-Home though, so Asta's still a top dog.
Yeah, but this is a lower division Season 1 promotion we're talking about here.
Yeah.
E-Home was Season 1 upper division. You get a little bit more of an excuse.
Debatable if they deserve to stay there. They ended up staying there, but now they deserve to stay there.
Now Lilgun deserves to stay here.
I mean, I would love them here after the Pudge pick.
It's not gonna happen.
Can
we vote? Can we vote to let them
man.
in? You know, just give them another slot.
Can we get 9 upper division teams?
Like, this just hurts, right? It's like, you know your favorite movie is about to end, and like...
Yeah, it's true.
Because you already know the ending. And you know, 20 minutes left, I'm gonna be sad again.
Oh, this is me watching Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
I know what's gonna happen. There's gonna be tears in my eyes. You heard that correctly. It's a very emotional movie. You know, a couple of last scenes goes to my heart.
Okay, so apparently we are technically working out the interview. We're not sure if the connection is good. We're not sure if they'll be able to hear us, but they are at least present.
Okay. Were they there all the time, or did they
okay,
just come back?
we're gonna give it a shot. Not sure who I'm speaking to, but it's someone from Lilgun. Can you hear me? X123. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Hello.
X123. The Lycan God himself.
I don't think he wants to talk to you.
But I want to talk to him.
Do you want to talk to me instead? I'm a high MMR player.
Can we do a text interview? Can we just like can someone transcribe our questions and then say them back?
Dude, he suddenly looks like a boss. He was so happy in that game, and now he looks like a...
That's because he's like,
nothing,
I've talked to these
prove.
plebs.
Like, he doesn't have nothing to prove.
He's
like,
done.
Yeah, he's like, I did it, we guys did it, and nothing.
So close.
All right, that was a good interview.
It was a good interview.
I mean, I just love to see him with like a pretty serious face.
In his element.
Yeah, like how is he so happy, so smiley, but then after the game, he's like...
Because he had to do an interview with us.
Yeah,
he's only happy when he's playing Lycan.
I think he heard you. That's why he didn't answer.
This dude wants to talk to me? All right, well, unfortunately, I guess we will not get a proper interview with Lilgun, but if they're watching the VOD, try to do some written interviews, because we want to hear more about your team. It's a rare opportunity. You're able to get a win, but it's okay. We understand. You're too good for us. You're amazing players, amazing Pudge players. And, well, I guess we have to move on now. So that's it for our first series. We're going to go to a quick break, and when we return, it's going to be Boom versus Omega. and week number 5. And every single matchup that you're going to see from here on is going to be the last game that any of these teams will play. In this case, it's going to end up being Omega versus Boom. And this is, as we say, Lacoste. What is the term that we say for every single one of these games?
Every series matters.
Every
and
series
I think
matters.
the last series showed why this is true. Because TNC, they probably thought it's going to be a walk in the park for us. But unfortunately, Lilgun managed to beat them 2-0, and now they're in a spot where they're relying on other teams as well. They are also deciding their own fate when they're going to be playing against T1, I believe, but they also need other teams to lose. So that's not a good feeling.
Nope. You want your destiny in your own hands, which is why I'm glad Lizard is here, because my destiny is in your hands generally. Those
really?
strong hands.
I hold your destiny
You
in my
do.
hands?
Yes.
Since when? What happened? Why?
Well, I was thinking that this whole Prediction King situation, I see that production clearly and Black, they're very intertwined.
Five-headed, yeah.
Yeah, and I need that duo partner to go with me. Lizard, please.
I'm not the best one though. I'm 0 so far. Like went TNC twice.
We're weak when separated, but we are strong when together.
So we need to go together for this
Exactly.
one. Sure, yeah.
Apes together
Apes
strong.
together
strong.
strong, that's right.
Back to Monkey.
Back to Monkey. Return me to Monkey and help me hold which one of these teams, Omega versus Boom, which one would you like to talk about, Lizard?
Which one do you want me to talk about?
That's the right answer, Lizard. We're a team here. Let's talk about Boom. I want to talk about how I guess the favorites, Omega are currently 2 and 4, Boom are 3 and 3. Boom, we've been looking at them.
So you're looking at Boom as favorites in this matchup?
I think so. I think
because of the score only, or because for me, Boom hasn't really been inspiring. Their playstyle hasn't really changed a lot from the season 1. They didn't find a way to adapt to the new season, to the new drafting style, to the new hero pools.
Not in a good way, at least.
Not in a good way. And the hero, and the guy, the player, the shining star of the team from season. Mikoto, Mike, for us,
Koto
good
is
friends
my
of his.
pastor, idol.
Yeah, it's not working for him, as I'm sure Lacoste.
I'm still waiting for that one game that's gonna give me a feeling that I had during season 1, where Mikoto just completely takes over. I go, wow, man, this guy's good. You know, he's better than the rest. He's like 30% better than the rest of the players. Right now, he's on par with everyone else, I would say. It's just that we were used to seeing him just completely dominating. We talked about so much, I think, with the addition of the Dreamo cell, how things have changed a bit, the way he plays. A bit of a different play style from the mid lane. Maybe they're putting more trust in Dreamo so that he's going to have to carry games, so Mikoto, you know, can play a bit more
helping
relaxed.
him out a little bit. Dreamo cell gets all that assistance. If there's a gank happening mid and a gank happening safe lane, you TP to help Dreamo cell. You don't TP to save Mikoto, you know. So there's maybe a situation such as that one, but he's definitely not been impressing us as in the season 1 with all his 6 Storm plays. He was literally carrying Boom on his own.
And maybe it's not even so much about enabling Dreamo cell, but FBZ to me has also been the rock for Boom in this season too. I know yesterday we got to watch China and how Chalice from the offlane was normally known to be these utility offlaners like Mars and Timbers and stuff like that, and then he started playing carry yesterday and it looked great. I would love to see something similar from FBZ if that is the type of dynamic that they need to shake things up, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Today is a day of unpredictability, which means that the team that I may be considering to be not the favorites, Smart Omega, even though they're just one game apart, I would not be surprised if they 2-0 Boom. Anything can happen.
This is a team that I expected coming from Division 2 to do much better than be in the relegation slot, at least at the moment. I expected greater things because they have greater names than some of these things. Like Lilgun, you see them coming in, you're like,
I don't know any of these guys.
yeah, I don't know anyone. They're kind of new. The first series doesn't look great. Okay, we see where this is going. However, Omega Esports, they have some pretty seasoned veterans in their lineup and expected a little bit more. At times they did show a little bit more than your average middle of the pack team. Sadly, they also need more time to really fix everything up.
Yeah, I mean, 2 of their players got stolen, right, after season 1, so maybe things changed a bit. 2 of their good players. I've been, impressed the way SemH plays, getting the old Sam H vibes when he was playing back in TNC. CML, I would say that he is stable on his position 5 performance as well, but overall team maybe just needs a bit more time. These are not a lot of the games that you play in the upper divisions. It's 7 games in total, which is really not enough. Also a lot of Southeast Asian teams, they talked how they don't scream against Southeast Asian teams unless they play them already. So most of the time they're just screaming Chinese teams, and we can see the improvement in the region as well. So it also doesn't give you that much information what you're playing against. But this team definitely has potential, and this is the most crucial game for them, the most important one.
If they do manage to win, they keep themselves out of the relegation zone. If they lose, they're out. It's, I think, as simple as that, right? There's no chance because they're the only team with
5 losses is the magic number for relegation right now.
Exactly, and they only have 2 wins, so they can't really compete with it. If they do manage to win, however, everything is a mess. You don't know at all who's going to be relegated. There's still a couple of more teams that have the same score as Boom, 3-3. So anything can happen, really.
Yeah, tiebreakers are going to... It's par for the course. You guys had it season 1.
We had a couple.
Wait, yeah, you did. Which slot was being... was it wildcard slot?
We had, I believe... I'm not sure if we had for relegation as well, but we had for wildcard.
No, I think the bottom... Maybe there was a tiebreaker for the bottom. The one team, I think 496 was already out.
Versus Execration, maybe Vice and Execration or something
maybe,
like that.
Yeah.
I know that in the last season we had Boom, TNC, and one more team waiting for a result to see if they'll even have a wildcard tiebreaker.
And they didn't.
They didn't have it,
So I know you were previously talking about your favorite support duo, Lacoste and China. I'm curious, what is your favorite support duo in Southeast Asia? I can give you some of the rosters, and if any of them strike your fancy, because in China they've been popping off. In Southeast Asia, I'm still kind of looking for the one that stands out the most. Fnatic, they got Jabs DJ. I think they've been consistent, but Fnatic as a team, not so much.
Expecting more from them.
Okay.
I think because I've been putting both DJ and Jabs highly. I think my expectations from them are always top tier. So if it's really not, if it's not 100%, then I'm a bit disappointed. Give me another one.
Position 4 is from Boom and Smart Omega. ob.neon have Playhard and John Well.
Yeah, they look pretty good. I think.
Genwell probably the craziest position 5
True.
in
back
the
in season 1, he was the one playing
Troll.
position 5 troll. Yeah, some other heroes that I think was more about flexing heroes and getting a better last pick in that game. But they look consistent. They look very good.
My current top runner, T1, Zephyr and Whitemon.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I kind of forgot about.
You think
them.
so?
For sure.
Yeah.
I agree as well. Whitemon, I mean, the guy eats so many snacks. He can sing as well. How can you not love him?
He's on fire.
He's on fire, ignited even, you could say.
Yeah, I remember one of that game I have written down, like that they're really good support duo, Snap and Lion, when the rest of the team, I believe it was Puck, who was not doing great in that game, and they just made all the rotations in the world possible. Like, just give me all of them. We're going to use them in this game. They were so active and just managed to get a win for their team. So yeah, definitely T1 support duo.
And this is obviously not including Lilgun, which is the best support duo.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, Ace 12 and Hishki.
They played out of their mind that last series. It was incredible to watch, really.
Well, who was your MVP? We were going to give it to Hishki for game number 2. Production gave it to Marvel because he played Pudge.
Yeah, he played Pudge. I wouldn't give it to Pudge. I'd give it to one of the supports for sure.
Okay.
They both deserve it just as much. Like Lion did so much in that all game, but also it was the Grimstroke that set it all up.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining.
He played bad.
of course,
In my defense, I'm not playing stacks, I'm playing solo, so playing Pudge in a solo gaming is much harder.
Depends who you're stacking with.
That's true.
That's true.
But at least if you're stacking, you know they're not gonna
Radiant
blame you if you
team
miss
pick.
one who can tilt you out of your mind. That's something.
It's your most played hero, Lacoste?
That's what I'm known for. Someone's, I join a pub. This hero, I can't play the
How
hero.
many games does he have?
Because it's banned all the time.
He has disabled tracking since like 2019.
10 seconds
But
remaining.
before 2019, it was by far his most played hero. 241
5
matches
seconds
played.
remaining.
Hey, it's not a lot.
59% win rate.
59 is a lot, but 240,
No,
that's not too
I
many
have
games.
like 50. Pudge?
What?
Yeah.
You played you played 1,300 games on Pudge in the last 3 years?
Probably.
Radiant
What?
team, Dire team pick.
I mean, that's why this hero's banned all the time. When I play Dota, I can't play my favorite hero.
I can't believe I've been paneling with a degenerate this entire time.
There's some professional games that I played on it. The Dota 1
There's some
days.
unprofessional games that you played on.
Yeah, exactly. So let's focus on this one. Medusa Treant, opener
10
from Boom.
seconds remaining.
Treant Protector, a lot of picks in Chinese region.
5
Love the hero,
seconds
strong
remaining.
laner. Very nice on him. Medusa, I want to see
I want to see Nyx. What?
Nyx.
How do you
Nyx.
not ban Nyx?
Nyx Centaur sounds good. I mean, it's strongest lane, but
Versus Medusa later
great.
on, right?
One of the best.
Dire team
Carapace.
ban.
Some enemies go versus the Medusa. They go with the Lion or the Suck. Good combo with the Centaur in the lane as well. But Medusa be scary. That's
Yep.
first thing.
Well, unless you're TNC.
Unless you're TNC, then it's just
10 seconds remaining.
I'm still reeling from that last series. It's going to be hard for me to
TNC's
concentrate.
Medusa is more
5
like the
seconds
snake that
remaining.
game that had to knock it
Oh yeah,
Radiant team
except it
ban.
kept running into the wall.
into yourself. Like your
Dire
own
team
tail.
ban.
Ouroboros.
It was really well played game. Lilgun struggled as well. Doom banned out, PL banned out. Will we see an Anti-Mage banned out by Boom?
Yeah, maybe.
It worked in that first game.
Especially if there's
10
already a
seconds
source of mana
remaining.
drain. I mean, I would still like Nyx
5
for either of
seconds
these
remaining.
teams.
Yeah, Nyx Lion. I don't know how you play with Medusa.
Yeah.
Against hard.
You have to get like first item Satanic or something.
Well.
If you ban out the Nyx, Elder Titan perhaps for Smarty Guy is an option. There's just a lot of heroes right now that are left that are still very contested. I like the Phoenix.
Radiant
ban,
team ban.
Mars. When I see Treant, I want to see damage coming forward and off lane. Easy up on the control. You already have enough. Give me some damage that goes through that overgrowth. Something.
10 seconds remaining.
Treant Predator very good again. Centaur can hold him during
5 seconds remaining.
the hero. Stone gates. A lot of ways to reach.
As for carry to carry matchups, we're seeing carries be banned out. Ursa is still in the pool. Hopefully not on the Medusa team, but for Omega, I think that it's been the most reliable answer to Medusa that we've seen throughout China and Southeast Asia.
Dire team ban.
Still afraid of it. I've heard a lot of panelists, a lot of players talking how viable hero anymore. She needs to come online, but AM can still win game. A good AM game.
10
I
seconds
agree.
remaining.
We've seen it. right in that first series. If you took
5
the AM game,
seconds
and if you
remaining.
play the right way of split pushing, not joining the fights, making a numerical advantage, and then turning into that team fight. The problem is I also feel like TNC didn't defend properly against man.
I don't think they were
Radiant
respecting.
They weren't
Lilgun.
respecting the end mage.
Hango
Angle
Bando.
ban, interesting.
Boom does play it.
They
plays
do.
it. Style.
FBZ special.
One hero that also works
10
versus the
seconds
Medusa
remaining.
that we've
Radiant
seen
team pick.
recently, Arc Warden, banned out.
All right then.
Took the hero out of my mouth and into the ban.
All right, so if Boom.
I like Slark. Slark. So if it's Slark game, there. Leshrac still available. Big
10
Shark
seconds
Medusa pairing
remaining.
as well.
But Nix, right now,
Yeah,
Dire
is
true.
team pick.
be a problem. Go with the mid. So Ursa is also in.
And
So-
your favorite offlaner, LC,
Hell
LC
yeah.
Grimstroke. Maybe they're
So
setting it up for Boom. Also, just the spell mechanic against Lion. It's opportunity.
10 seconds remaining.
If they do get LC though, give me
5
all the
seconds
damage possible
remaining.
from the mid lane. Some burst damage, that's all I want. Quap, maybe not Alina.
Puck.
Dude, that's the. I didn't see it.
She's
Quap's
dead.
been invisible.
She's quite dead. But I just want, you get my point though. I want to see
Burst.
this burst damage, yeah. What
Yeah,
about, if they do go for LC, what about OD for Smart?
Radiant team
The
pick.
Medusa versus the LC.
Invoker.
But they go with some good old Quasvex Invoker.
Dispel armor. This. Well,
Yeah.
give me that LC.
LC still looks really strong.
Yeah, why not?
10 seconds remaining.
Other FBZ contenders. He played Night Stalker.
5 seconds remaining.
Also good. Can jump the backlines, but I still fear that team fight.
Crippling
damage.
fear?
Yeah. Fear is doom.
They have Doom. Oh no, never mind. Doom's banned out. JK. Beastmaster.
No. I'm done with Beast. I don't know where to
The one that
play,
we
how
saw
to play him.
yesterday built Scepter.
Yeah, he
on
went
from the
with
offlane. That one
Aghanim's.
doesn't really
that was
count.
horrible.
That was terrible.
like 1 out of 10. Build from the offlane.
That's when you want to grief a little bit, you know. When you feel that you're too strong, you go for that
Dire
Aghanim's, then you
team
realize,
pick.
damn, this is the nerf to the
In the
ground.
spirit.
Go with the Ember. Another thing that is on. Good backline reacher. Does dish out a lot of damage. Good playmaker. We've seen that game 1 Inkspell on the Flame Guard. Going in. All good unless
10
Invoker is there.
seconds remaining.
Mr. Jesus.
What about some good old Lark game?
5
Good,
seconds
no.
remaining. Dire
Available.
team back.
3
Like
mana
Nyx
burns.
Assassin.
Hey.
That was
You
Lark.
called it.
There you
Good
go.
job.
But I'd still prefer if they picked so against Spirit. I mean, you need the ban. I don't know how Nexus has. Like
Just don't-
the hero is too strong against all of their heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
Looking at okay, well actually no, I'm surprised that Omega haven't picked it because
5
CML and
seconds
Shanks have both
remaining.
played it
Radiant
a fair
team
amount.
back.
Boom have not played Nyx Assassin at all this entire operative mission.
That's why we see it go through. Right? One team didn't play it, the other doesn't pick it. I would still love to see it from
But Smart Omega do.
Yeah.
CML
I
and
mean,
Shanks are picking it all over the
Boom
place.
Esports don't play it.
Yeah.
Dire team ban.
I would love to see it now. Good. Versus Medusa versus Guard. Very solid. Plus, when you have a player such as Shanks, I want to see him on this Slarks, Nyx Assassins, Vendetta type, stab you in the
10 seconds remaining.
Shanks is apparently a reference to an anime. I don't know if that's the
5 seconds
origin of his name.
remaining.
I think it's from One Piece.
prison.
I
thing.
also thought that initially, and I
I
was
thought it was
like,
some prison break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, Shanks. I still like Night Stalker for Boom. I think it'd be irritating for a Slark to deal with.
Yeah, can silence that also. Okay. What about? I mean, you want to pair him up.
Radiant team ban.
macro, and there goes your.
Give me the Legion then.
What did they ban on
Dire
Nick
team
still
pick.
ban the other Titan.
I mean, I don't know why Nick's good. It's not so much about like base, but you're gonna get multiple kills off. They don't have burst damage. Lock him down.
Elder Titan is also amazing versus, and it's good. It's solid
10
right now in
seconds
the
remaining.
game. So
And Nyx also ruins Ember.
5
Homie's just
seconds
walking around with
remaining.
Flame Guard, randomly gets stunned.
it's unlocked afterwards.
Yep.
It must be Nick. I just don't think
There's any hero better.
there's Nick's assassin, 5 space, empty, and
I can propose a few. They played some Death Prophet support.
Next,
They played, let's see, an Ogre.
okay, some Bloodlust for the start. Too shabby.
Radiant team pick.
Enchantress is so
Enchantress.
cool. Oh,
You got it from the third attempt.
all right. Third time's a charm.
You
Not a
get-
stun, Lacoste.
You get the lane dominator spells right. Guard. Bad.
Lacoste isn't happy.
not happy at all. Like they
You
missed
wanted
a
the
big
next.
10
opportunity.
seconds
It's not
remaining.
me wanting the next. It's about the give self.
5
Bigger
seconds
chance
remaining.
of
I
winning
agree.
this one.
I agree completely. Was
And they're
superior
flexible. Lion plus Snake. Up,
Maybe just weaker lane. That's not maybe 100%
True.
weaker lane.
Enchantress is a much stronger laner.
for sure.
Still,
Another way of dispelling things. Living armor. Shield on top of Invoker, so dispelling things, which is okay.
Legion still looks fantastic to me.
Legion looks great.
But that means I probably won't pick it.
see, also the arc are it's all right. Get the double duel. The Inkswell works great with her.
How about your boy Bounty Hunter?
We're
Love
not-
yourself some Bounty Hunter.
I love it, but the pro scene does not. And the hero, the higher you go in skill levels, is harder and harder to make.
Fair.
Still think it can work, but
Choose
go
your
with
hero.
the Chaos
Ooh.
Knight instead.
Well, you wanted to
This
see.
is exactly what I wanted. I was saying FBZ, carry from the offlane. Chalice, offlane, Chaos Knight did work yesterday in China. Is it good this game, though?
A bit disappointed by both last picks,
Yeah.
to be honest. Different. Still
You can
preferring
enchant
booms.
the
You can still
illusion.
steal
You
Phantasm
can steal
Illusions.
one at least.
Still liking boom draft a bit more. Even though Slark with the steroid, Solar Crest from the Enchantress, would played against with Alacrity on, could pop off.
Okay. Black, B Cup. Were we missing something with these last picks? Were you like frothing at the mouth, like, dude, why? Of course, Enchantress is gonna be the last pick. Of course, Chaos Knight's gonna be the last pick.
I mean, to me, it was obvious. I don't know if you.
Classic. Black, you're
Sure.
you're operating on another wavelength.
Did he
today.
mention it, B Cop?
Pressing X for doubt again.
Yeah.
Stop pressing that button.
X.
Which
Yeah.
button are you pressing? Boom or Omega in this game number 1, Black?
I like.
What kind of James
Omega.
Bond ass watch are you trying to consult here? Omega?
He chose Omega.
Okay.
Okay.
B Cup?
So as you know, I like Chaos.
Mhm.
Chaos Knight.
Mm.
Boom win here. There's an opportunity at 5 teams being 4-3 at the end of the season. So I'm going with
You want Omega to win.
no. I want Boom to win.
But if Omega win, then
No.
There's a lower tiebreaker, but not as many teams.
he doesn't want
maybe.
that one. Okay, fine.
No, I want upper tiebreaker 5 teams. Yeah.
All right, fine. I
Oh, yeah.
will go Omega.
You said you wanted to go with me.
Prepare for
Why
battle.
aren't you going with me?
Okay, I'll go with you. I
Yeah,
wanted
alright.
to go Boom, but I'll go Omega.
Why don't you
Oh,
go
fine, let's
with
go
me?
Boom then.
I'll follow you.
Look off, you want to
Sure.
be my partner instead? This guy's just not working.
I'll be your partner.
I'm gonna go with Boom. I think
God damn
two carries that we got. It's lower start, but I think
All right, let's see how it all goes down for game number 1. B Cup and Black, take it away.
To be a partner. This is all I want.
You could be my partner,
Let's do it.
but you said boom.
Yeah, partner for casting.
My
predictions are boom.
Okay, fine, fair enough.
you
We'll settle it later on the street.
Okay.
Don't get
You
away
make
with that.
best
You
situation.
30-mana boy.
You make
I
best
will get
situation
away with
out
whatever
of
I
no
want.
situation.
You're making a
Thanks,
situation.
guys. Thanks a lot.
I don't know
I
situation.
like it. Yeah.
30 seconds to
But
battle.
I'm not a 30-mana boy.
I don't have a lot of mana. But as I was alluding to,
Yep.
4 and 3. This is how it happens.
So you're going boom because
I want the
of that.
chaos. Because
Okay.
if they win, they end the season 4 and 3. The same standings, 4 and 3, that they had in the first season.
Yeah.
And then Execration, if they beat Lilgun, not an easy task to beat now, as we've seen.
The
They
battle
would be 4 and 3.
begins.
This game is really important, right?
Yeah.
For one, it's the major. For one, it's the upper division.
Well, it could potentially be the major for Boom, and for Omega, it's staying in the upper division.
Yeah. So it's super important for both.
And then if, whoever wins the TNC Fnatic series on the 19th, the loser will be 4 and 3, so that's 3 teams at 4 and 3. And if ob.neon beat T1, both T1 and ob.neon become 4 and 3, and we'll have 5 teams at 4 and 3.
There's a lot of fours.
Yeah.
And threes.
Mana boy.
It's crazy.
All things fall.
13 mana board.
Why not?
It could turn into absolute chaos. How does a 5-team tiebreaker even go down? Is it just round robin
Yep.
BL1
Yep.
throughout the entire day?
Until there's only however many
team.
teams left. Probably 2
Interesting.
because there's going to be 1 team at least that has 5 wins.
Yes, so they
So
would be
they're
for
in.
both the middle and the wild card spot. So the question is, you have to decide who gets into that top spots and then decide who gets what slot.
So in that case, if one is 5 and there's no 4 threes, then we have our first place guaranteed, right? And
Yeah,
then
and
it's
then
about
second
wild card
and third, and group stage.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be a wild one.
But yeah,
Last season's tiebreaker wasn't quite as exciting.
post stomp damage on the Medusa, and well, a level 1 Medusa dies here, bottom for first blood. Dream Itself going down, and we've talked about it. Since the addition of Dream Itself, things have kind of seemed a little bit inconsistent with them.
Yeah. And Dusa, believe it or not, level 1 is actually not that tank. No mana shield. Actually balanced.
For now.
For now, yeah.
Although we say that, Medusa got beat already today.
Yeah. In a very interesting series also. If you didn't watch that, should definitely check that VOD out.
Yeah, check out the VODs. We won't say who won or lost.
Which you just did.
Did I?
Yeah. Dusa lost.
Did I? Oh, yeah. I guess yeah, but well,
But you don't know.
the series,
Yeah.
the whole series.
True. Yeah, that's true. Pretty true. Alright. This, why did you go for Boom? Just for the tiebreaker thing? Or
I
just
think we're on like a streak of seeing Medusa lose like 4 or 5 times in a row right now between the 2 regions.
That's why you went for Boom?
And I think Boom, they feel like the better team.
Okay. I agree with
think-
that one.
Medusa might struggle early, but we can see it come through, and we've seen this CK really work out.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason why I went for Omega is I think that Invoker is pretty good at dealing with Chaos Knight and his illusions.
Right.
Can just disarm them, and then obviously they can't hit anyone. We've seen the Slug Medusa matchup a couple of times. I mean, we just all come down to timing, right? Like if Omega hits the timing, it's going to be tough for Boom, and Boom really just has to hold on into the mid-laning portion, where they have like 3 heroes that scale super well.
Is this a game where you go Ags on the CK?
There's not a whole lot to dispel, so probably not. I would really like to see BKB though, just to kind of combat that Invoker.
Would the additional illusions be good though, with the CK Ags, like making the illusions of Dusa?
They're always good, don't get me wrong, it's just, can you afford on a hero that can't really farm super well to
Right.
spend 4,000 on a gold?
Okay.
But for sure, the axe is super good, like it makes you scale so much. That's the question, can you do it or not? Maybe he will, but he actually has armor queued up right now. Line rotation middle.
Now they've got the Earth Spike, Hex, and the EMP all coming down. Slight though. Dakota
Tornado.
trying to survive. Tornado comes in, and it will be enough damage. So
None for
Mac
my
gets a kill mid.
absence.
2-0 for Smart
Radiant's
Omega.
middle tower is
And,
under attack.
Smart Omega, we slept on Lilgun, but Smart Omega, you know, they beat T1 in the Invoker season. Invoker goes down here to
What
hide.
happened? He saw him, he
just
takes
let
the
him-
water rune, and just lets him kill him.
Yeah,
That was a very, very questionable play by Mac.
they heard me propping them up because I was talking about how they, you know, beat T1 early in the
Shouldn't do
season.
that.
I feel like every time we prop someone up or some team, there's always a death.
No cover as well. Another
Look at
double
all
edge
that.
one.
Double edge hex, the control here is just massive. Killing
more double
Kensuke
edge.
though is a bit of a problem, but one more shot there from Shanks. And well, he'll get the kill. That reference is not alluded to it. It is a reference to One Piece.
Trouble here.
Swell, Tino, he's gonna die. They kill the Slark. CML trying to come over and help out. But Hyde, he's been enchanted. The damage coming in from the Wild Wing and the right click. CML's gotten away from the CK and the Tornado.
Does not.
It's not gonna capture.
It
You're
dealt
just
like
running.
5 damage. Has everyone stun on CK? He does not. Gives him a crit to boot though. Healing Salve still available, so no problem there. And even though Dusa initially had a misstep, had first blood, he's doing really well for himself.
Shooting at 22 and 10. Max having a great time mid. Although minus the death.
I like how just throwing out EMPs all the time. Eat this! Oh, you walked out of it. I thought he would stay for 3 seconds.
Like blood right.
Toto getting the bottle refilled. There's potentially a little bit of danger here. Lion as well as Grimstroke are both here.
Inks well, not gonna land.
He has to be careful. If he gets hexed, impaled, he could potentially die and get all his mana burned.
He spike all there, 3 seconds. Well, that's enough time when he's got the control of the Earth Spike as well as the Hex. Like
he dodged it.
He's got a Remnant back in lane.
Gotcha.
Close.
Yeah, they get the kill again onto this Ember.
I am very sure that he saw the lion at the rune there. And he still chose to be somewhat cocky. We have seen Mikoto going middle lane again.
Yeah, Hyde in trouble. Cold snap, damage, shockwave in. They've got Shanks here as well. Reality Rift and the stun, but the Earth Spike from behind. They have a Remnant available for the Ember in 2. But that's FBZ now rotating out of the lane and getting nothing from
And
it.
giving Star complete free farm. There's no one in the top lane now. As I was alluding to before, Mikoto has been struggling a little bit, quite a bit, throughout this entire season, yeah. Season 1, we always keep saying it, he's our superstar. Season 2, lacking that little bit of magic that he had.
I mean, we watched him right the ship of Boom, and you know, in that season 1, he was the guy who kept them afloat.
Maybe he ran out of mana, out of magic points to recharge them for 1 season.
Yeah, because now we're seeing him not really accomplish as much.
Yeah, he's definitely not popping off. He's losing a lot of matchups where before he would win like pretty much every lane. And then Challenger just parking himself there, purging off the Flame Guard.
Nature.
Do you have enough damage? Answer is
Not through Ninja.
Tornado again.
Tornado's in with the snare. The double tap, Makoto's dead again. They're gonna get hot. I don't know if he gets out of this one. There's a lot of damage EMP in the impetus shots. The reason he's saved is because of the Nature's Grass slow. But that's again forcing rotations and making these heroes come over, and not really. You don't feel safe in this lane. It's already a 3K lead for Smart Omega.
Yeah, I don't know how he died there again, to be honest. He didn't have a defensive remnant out, so he couldn't remnant away in time. It's looking very rough for Mikoto here. 3 deaths already.
Fell short in the previous season at Boom 3. But they have a chance at Boom 3 being enough to at least put them in a tiebreaker, as that uphill did not miss and Hyde ends up dead. Makoto going back in for a second, slight through on a CML. This is not where you want to be for Boom, down this much, and you really need to make that space for Medusa, because we're seeing more and more that Medusa does need more than just that axe to really get going in the Sanjanyasha.
And just the upside is that CK is free farming pretty much completely, as well as Medusa now. And those are the heroes that will be in winning conditions.
Right.
So Ember is not as important, but It's still not nice to struggle like this, of course.
2-second stun. Look at the low spike. He is leashed.
You have to be
After the
careful.
leash expires, they'll get the stun. FBZ, there was no way for him to run, and well, Tino now gets the kill.
They are getting completely outmaneuvered right now by Omega. This line is all over the place. The lane got pushed up once more.
Yep. Cold snap.
Radiant's
On the other side, but that impetus is going to do a
impetus
lot
hurts.
of damage.
Yeah. Was a fourth of his health gone right there. Now the question is, do they need to address the Medusa super fast? Probably not, because they have 3 heroes that are quote-unquote countering it.
Right.
You have Slark,
Radiant's
Invoker,
top
and
tower
of course
is
the Mana
under
Drain as
attack.
well. So
Dire
Medusa will become a
are
problem,
scanning.
sure, but not for a while.
Yeah, you're going to need a lot of time.
So they are in no like super rush now, as some other teams were against Medusa. Medusa's now tipping top. Mid lane again, nice impact. Oh my god!
They just blow
Radiant's
up
middle
Makoto.
tower is under attack.
They timed it very well.
These supports are moving so fluidly around the map. Top into mid, back top, back bottom.
You see this line pop up every time.
Dyer's top tower
In the
Oh,
is
last
under
series he
attack.
owned, this game he's owning super hard.
Is this Lion turning into something that just
Radiant's
deserves
middle
a first
tower
phase
is
ban?
under attack.
It's hard to justify because it's still
Radiant's
hard
middle
to
tower
execute, right?
is
Oh,
falling.
good dispel, the ink spell as
Dyer's
well, the
top
tornado.
tower is under attack.
Reality Rift in the stun just
away.
not fast enough. They've got the Soulbind right in forward. Searing Chains coming through with the Stampede, but they've hexed up this Ember. They can't catch him.
Another snake coming through, careful. Woo! Okay, almost close.
Yeah.
Almost killed both.
You 13 mana boy.
Radiant
You
structures
13 mana
are
boy.
fortified.
You can spam it,
Radiant's
but
bottom
you guys are
tower
4K
is under
behind.
attack.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of that obviously resides in the support difference.
It does.
But you've
Radiant's
also got a
bottom
Centaur
tower
who's
has
5K up at the top, and it's not going too well.
Yeah.
for
Biggest
the
difference
side
is probably
of,
middle.
Dome.
3k compared to 5k of the Invoker.
Yeah.
5k lead in 11 minutes is usually not a good thing.
Moving fast and loose.
They're now setting up on the top lane. There's only 3 heroes here. Medusa, no Stone Gates yet. Entrance is fully Medusa.
Tornado comes in, now lands on the Grim Stroke. They've got the other spike followed up and the damage to get the kill.
Just so easy for them right now.
Oh yeah.
They need Stone Gates to really team fight. And that's the problem with this CK hero, right? Like, it doesn't offer any utility. You don't have the Centaur Stampede. You don't have the Centaur who can stand in front of you.
He's trying to carry from the off.
Yeah, which we have seen some teams start to experiment with, but it's not easy to pull off. Cold is now getting pressured a lot by the Centaur as well. He's just not having a game. What item is he going for? He just finished his face boots with 12.
Much. Are they gonna come over? They want Dream Cell. Back right on top. Tornado, EMP, Shanks has the stun. The mana's been drained, but they're not gonna follow this up as the rotations come in.
Radiant's
Reality
bottom
Rift.
tower is under
And he just
attack.
goes invis.
Might be able to catch an edge here.
Sight, seeing Chains, Kez duped into Tino. 4-second stun onto the Invoker.
Stampede again.
They've got the Stampede and they're gone.
Radiant's
There was
top
already a
tower is
4-second
under
stun. You
attack.
can't ask for more than that.
Yeah.
And during that time, Treant dies. And now they're re-invading again.
Why not?
Who's that out of mana, pretty much? Be careful.
Tornado lands, and that's on the 2. The MP coming through once more.
Finger.
Earthspike with it, and you've got nothing left to give. Dreamacell, he's dead. CK's too far in, and FBZ is going to be drained of all his mana, and eventually drained of all his life. Hyde's gone. I don't... it's a Medusa game, so, you know, anything is possible, but 7K down this fast, your recovery seems, if at all, possible.
It's very tough to come back with a draft like this.
Under attack.
When you're playing carry offlane, you basically need
Radiant
to dump the
structures
lanes
are fortified.
in order to not get overrun, which is happening right now. You lost the lanes, you get overrun, your Space Maker Ember is struggling super much. There's just not a whole lot of plays you can make. Where's the damage gonna come from? Treant doesn't offer much. Offlane CK will at some point do it, but not right now. This is armlet at least. It's a tough game.
Oh, yeah.
Very tough game. Centaur is nigh unkillable at this point.
Go out of them, feel. Naya kill. Slark, like, I don't know if they have the control to kill him.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. And I was wondering if they could, you know, hold up the onslaught long enough. But doesn't look like it at all. They just get overrun everywhere right now.
They've been onslaughted.
Yep. I don't know if that's a word, but here in Bucharest, we make up our own words.
Very true.
Centaur already picked up his Ring Dagger. He's massive. They're all massive. The supports are massive. The same network as the Ember.
Radiant are scanning.
That's crazy.
Line 400 away from his blink. Minute 15. When do you ever see that? When you're stomping again.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Use your shovel. Nice. Gets the bounty. Woo!
Doesn't feel better than that.
Just like that.
15 minutes into the game, and it's
Dire's top
getting
tower
brutal.
is under attack.
But at least they somewhat stop the bleeding. Like it's not
Dire's
getting
structures are
worse.
fortified. Dire's top tower is
But
under
they
attack.
gotta take a big team fight soon. And I just don't know where the damage is gonna come from. They're ping bottom on the tree end just to kind of try to protect the tower. And the Vulcan is actually ping out the mid lane. We're going the Ember again.
Avoids the stun, avoids
Radiant's
the
bottom
tornado.
tower
Well
is
done
under
to
attack.
avoid all that was
Dire's
getting
top
hammered in
tower
on him.
has fallen.
Yeah, if he gets stunned, he's dead. They're not done yet. They're not done yet. That's why I want to reduce the trigger.
Getting chased. Sunstrike.
No damage.
Got the soul bind. Thinking about the finger from Shanks. Growth on a 3. Maybe they can make something happen.
Maybe because of the part.
Embrace.
Where's the damage?
And Chaos Bolt's just not doing anything. The Fuso comes under net. He's going to be run down here, and again, Shanks is holding the finger. Spike comes in. It's going to be a 2-man Earth Spike. They might get some kills. Almost anticipating go game 2.
Radiant's
looking like
bottom
that,
tower
yeah.
is under attack.
We saw a really good 3-man overgrowth, but where's the damage coming from? CK OP stunned the Lion, and Lion was full health.
Yeah.
They have no follow-up damage
Radiant's
whatsoever.
bottom tower
This is a sort of
has
draft
fallen.
that if you're behind, you just fall
Dire's
flat
top
on your
tower
face
is
completely.
under
You
attack.
can see it right here. It's just no damage. He has max level ink swell pretty much, but it just gets dispelled. So that doesn't offer damage or stun. Medusa doesn't want to fight this guy.
Regeneration.
Now going into the Sanj and Yasha and wanting to go and get an axe. But
He's actually holding off a lot of gold. He has 3k gold on Medusa, and he's not purchasing his Sage. Maybe he wants to rush
going
man.
straight axe.
Yeah, he's rushing axe. But now he's getting caught out again.
Dire's
Gaze.
top tower is
Stone
under
Gaze
attack.
might help. Turns him to stone. Tornado comes in. It actually misses. Question becomes, does it send Omega back? Because they've got the blink on Shanks, so he's going to use it. Axe. First spike, rode up just a bit. Sleight of fist, Searing Chains coming through and hide. He's going to lose his life here to Tino. It's an Observer Ward, so he's got some extra gold. Sunstrike off the mark. FBZ, he's frontlining to his death. Gonna get 2 more kills. Earthspike landing again onto Makoto. Slight with the Remnant trying to leave. It's under the tier 2. Just barely.
Now Slark is also coming 3 waves. They're taking the Ancient Stick away from him. And if you have too many heroes that want too much gold, there's not enough gold around for you. Especially if you're losing. Slark with the Fusel. This Medusa must feel super scared.
Radiant's
Like
top
even if you
tower
get this
is under
Aghanim's,
attack.
I don't think you do enough.
there's no damage. He needs like 2 more items at least. They
Invisibility.
can hold high ground for long enough. And it's not again.
Still Sunstrike all coming in. Makoto gone very quickly. The ink swell on Makoto was trying to help him out.
How did they even see him? Night vision of Slark, I
Radiant's
guess.
middle
He had no
tower
ward.
is under attack.
Just nudged in and was ready to pounce.
Hyde is pinging out that there's a ward there, but no, my friend, there's no ward there.
They found themselves Cascade.
Like, they're just all over the map. They're crushing it.
Yeah, Tino's godlike at this point. 9-1 and 3.
Free.
He died early, and that was it.
That was
Dire's
close.
bottom
He
tower
almost
is
caught
under
Medusa down
attack.
there as well. Who now to be top. So are we gonna see everybody converge to the top lane?
That's what it seems to be. Their movements just,
They're just following Medusa, really.
yeah. It mirrors the Medusa, and they're right there with Dreamcell every time.
They caught out once more.
Yeah, he'll go to the ultimate. It's gonna help. Her spike lands. They've got the finger. Shanks him.
They got shanked.
Yeah.
And now Dusa has to retreat because, of course, there's no TP.
I will say we've gotten the score.
And
We had a memory.
We had it. It disappeared. It's a 13K lead right now.
it just feels really bad. Like, I've been in the spot of Boom so many times where your draft just doesn't allow for mistakes. You make too many mistakes early. And it's just, you just can't play Dota. And this is not a accurate representation of the skill.
There's no buyback. Not sure that's even going to matter. The overgrowth, well, it didn't matter. They get the kill on a KezQ. They'll take out 2. They'll look towards the mid-tier 2. And Omega just continue to steamroll here.
Yep. Now up
Radiant's
towards
middle
K,
tower
closer to
has fallen.
15. This is a rough one. Hope
This
they can recover.
could take the wind out of their sails for game 2.
Yeah, I hope they can recover mentally for this. But for them, it's do or die as well. For Omega, it is.
With a victory here for Omega, if they take the series as they kill Makoto, it forces them into some sort of tiebreaker at the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, the tiebreaker will in fact be against Omega.
Yeah.
If they
Against
lose
Boom.
to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boom against Omega, yes.
And then, you know, if Neon lose to
Radiant
T1,
are
then they're
scanning.
like the tiebreaker situation on both ends could be big.
It could be, for sure. But I think it would be a lot smaller if Boom loses here. I'm not entirely sure on that.
Yeah, but at the bottom, it could be big.
Yeah.
Double
All of a sudden,
damage.
Lilgun upset Execration. They go 3 and 4. You've got 3 teams at 3 and 4.
They're
Neon lose to T1.
Lilgun can't anymore, I think. They already won
No,
5.
but Execration would be 3 and
Execration
4.
would be, yeah. Fair enough. Now double damage, of course, in front of the pit picked up. This is the only fight they have here on Boom. If they lose the fight, it's over. And they need to go soon. Like, now.
Phantasm, throws coming in, and they're just not going to get it. Just pounce away. He's still got the double damage. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 picks. Struck out this game. And now they're going to go for the rest. So to fit Siren Chains. They've got the Hero Spike. They've got the control on the Chaos Tango. Buyback on the KezQ. The focus is on the Medusa. Goes into Stone Gaze. Turns towards the Slark as well as the Centaur into Stone. They've got themselves a Mystic Snake on top of that with the Hack. They're going to pick up a Tree to sell. They get the kill to FBZ. They end up losing the CK. He'll buyback as well. The damage is starting to pile up, but it's just not enough damage from them just yet. Mystic Snake Blink. Hacks coming in from Shanks. They've got the disarm, and they've got the kill from Paul. And it is a 22-minute victory for Smart Omega, who
And the
plays this
Rampage to
one
boot.
very smart. Yeah, you've got the Rampage on Tina.
Well, let's analyze this game. Stop.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. Like, you
Put the foot down.
pick a draft like this, you lose early game, you have no damage, you lose. Very simple.
There's not much more to break away from that.
Issues that we spotted instantly. Yeah, it looks good with the Grimstroke plus CK. There's a lot of potential there, but it's also very, very greedy. And he also did not bring the damage that we needed in that Treant overgrowth that we talked about too. He's more of a, okay, if I have a good game and a lot of farm, I will be strong. But if I don't, I fall off super hard.
Slark just two-shotting people with that double damage pretty much.
Yeah.
Also, Centaur becomes way too tanky, way too early. If he's having a good time in the lane, Hood, Vanguard, like, again, they don't have any kind of burst damage. They don't have a hero that Centaur goes and says, man, I do not like to play into this. There's no Ursa, there's no like Slark, nothing that, no Necro, literally nothing that he's afraid of. So you pretty much had the 2 cores, also Ember Spirit getting shut down. Like, he was supposed to be the playmaker for Boom. Didn't happen. Slark in the end gets the Rampage, and they pack their bags, start thinking about how to approach game number 2.
Perhaps answer the Slark if it comes out, because last pick CK, I thought it was cute, but it did not solve the issues that they had that game. I think the
It
leading
made
commander,
it even worse. They made more
for sure.
issues for themselves.
They only managed to get 3 kills on the board. You know something's something's wrong when stuff like this happened. You know, 3 kills. It's just laning stage kills. Means you did not get to play Dota after the laning stage.
I have not seen such a lopsided hero gold distribution at all. 939 gold. They couldn't even
Versus
break
9.
1K.
Yeah, that's
An order of magnitude more gold.
10 times more.
Jesus. Pretty rough.
Pretty rough. The Centaur versus Medusa, the Slark versus Medusa. I think these 2 heroes are really good. You can get on top of her. Slark, obviously, historically, we've seen it recently, actually, like the last couple of days, the series in which Slark did win against the Medusa, and then you have Centaur on top of that to make it easier for everyone to get there. The EMP, they found
3 mana burners against Medusa.
they found the right way of dealing with her, as she was first faced, right?
Yeah. So I guess the lesson for today is don't first face Medusa.
Or cover her with some bans. They didn't even ban out the Nyx Assassin, who was another option.
It reminds me of a game from Chinese region where they had the Invoker mid, Medusa safe lane, and Rubik 4, so they didn't get to play Dota.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the kind of a similar thing that happened here. Way too greedy draft. You need, like, Medusa is your win condition. You don't necessarily need to be greedy with your mid, especially the off lane. Like, just get some more team fight, get something that enables Medusa, buys time, so she can farm the triangle and get the items up. Like, the crucial timing moment is getting the Aghanim Scepter on Medusa. This is where you're supposed to take fights, secure the Roshan. Didn't happen because CK doesn't provide you with pretty much anything other than the good laning stage.
Well, MVP is going to be Slark, Tino, but apparently I don't have the bars, so let's just like try to simulate some bars. This is probably like the hero damage. It's like 8.9k.
Kill participation.
Kill participation was like 99% or something like that, probably. And then wards placed
0.
0, worst.
Although
Almost
Slark
worst.
should really place some wards.
Some sentries
should.
at least.
Place wards if you're a Slark player. You'll get more gold out of the sentries than you spent buying them. And then was it lockdown? Probably had like
Kill
like
participation, you did that already.
yeah, the lockdowns at the bottom, something like that. So
Lockdown was nice.
well done from Tino. Great stuff, Tino. Yeah, that'll be it for game number 1. Hopefully we have a slightly more competitive game number 2. Otherwise today's just going to be nothing but 2-0s. Gonna have to go to a quick break. Enjoy the sponsor shoutouts from HyperX and the pro level support of Secret Lab chairs. We'll be right back. cold cure foam, abrasion, resistance, I believe.
When I sit in other chairs, I think about that chair.
I'm constantly thinking about what could be better. Why am I sitting in not a secret lab chair? Why
Constantly.
Am I constantly. It haunts me. But it shouldn't haunt you, because you can always get one. Go to probably secretlab.com, I would think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just Google
Steph?
it, you'll
Just
find it for
Just
sure.
Google it.
Yeah.
Top hit. Omega, Smart Omega versus Boom. Game number 2. Why is today so wildly unpredictable? I mean, I guess this one was a little bit more closer, but that Lilgun series is still in the back of my head, and I'm like, first phase Medusa.
I mean,
Not gonna happen.
I could predict that one of the teams is. Look, this is some 5-hit here. I could predict that one of the teams will win, but not
Interesting.
not in this way. I expected this series to be very competitive, every game to be very competitive, but the first one was just a complete stomp. And looking at Smart Omega and Boom, we all kind of favored Boom maybe a little bit, but that's mostly because they're veterans of the Season 1. And Smart Omega, they just came from the lower division.
Correct.
And they are not really having a greatest start so far, but on paper, I think they're the same.
They show that they can play good Dota.
Yeah.
It's just the inconsistency that is a problem with a lot of teams. I think this is the biggest problem for some Tier 1 teams as well, not just the lower division teams that got promoted, where like they can't be consistent for a year. Like if patch hits, they're a bit slow to adapt to what's happening. Some teams are much faster. Sometimes it's like that, you know, when things are not working out, you feel something is good. Like we've seen some Beastmaster on the mid lane still. After all those nerfs, people think it's good. It's actually not. They're much better heroes. Some teams, like those who are picking it, are slower to adapting, and then they realize, well, maybe we should not pick it.
And there are some teams that are basically, well, not some teams, most teams are patch teams. Like if a patch is good for them, they skyrocket, the stonks are rising, their players are playing well. If the patch is not great for them, if, let's say, you have a 10-hero pool, but those 10 heroes aren't truly in the patch, you will not play on that top-tier level that you can with the heroes that you're spamming all the time. Like Lacoste on a pudge and Lacoste on...
Not a pudge.
Not a
yeah.
pudge.
Okay, so then I've been asking this every week, and we've been watching more and more. If there was a D patch, only nerfs, no buffs, what would you go for?
Medusa?
Still.
Yeah, I was still...
Medusa, like there also needs to be a patch where things are fixed, because I talked about Zeus Bolt. You cast it on the ground.
On the
On
cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded Medusa, she still casts a snake at you, so there's some inconsistencies. Spaghetti Code, also Nyx Assassin. Nyx Assassin feels a bit too strong. Carapace, the stun durations and everything. A mana burn, one of the most obnoxious spells, for sure.
Felt so good last night. Played Pudge versus Medusa. I couldn't dismember her because of the cold-blooded, right?
Damn,
because
yeah,
of
I
the
didn't even
shard.
think about
I
that.
couldn't, but then a Minotaur Horn drops. Blink on top, Minotaur Horn, dismember. Feels good, man.
Oh, okay, so then how about some item changes? Not necessarily hero changes, but if a D patch modified some items, any items you think need to get nerfed?
Shard of Medusa. Agonyms of Medusa.
Okay, nothing that pertains to heroes, just purely item mechanics.
Yeah, are you thinking about the shards only?
No, I'm talking about like I think Saint
I guess
still
Vanguard,
Sanjiasha.
yeah, Vanguard right now and Hood
Vanguard,
are
I think, is too
extremely
good.
popular on offlane. Yeah, Vanguard probably more than anything else. It's still an item that kind of is needed, necessary, I would say, to be in a spot like this one, because it makes
It feels like the
Axe-
old poor man's shield now.
Yeah, that's true.
Where
And it is for poor man because it's very cheap.
Yeah,
Like you can get
5
it.
minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
How about Diffusal Blade? I think Diffusal Blade.
It's strong. I like the item. I
You think
don't
it's
want to
in a
go
good
back.
place?
I'm a big fan of non-Battle Fury patches. I'm really glad that we're
Okay.
not building Battle Furies anymore, except for certain heroes like AM. He's still always going to get it, but it's more about fighting. Item got buffed. Diffusal Blade got nerfed in terms of illusions, which I really like. You know, you gotta. I like the way Ice Frog's patching lately, where he takes something away, then also buffs the other things, so he's keeping things balanced instead of just completely dumpstering the heroes/items.
I think items are, besides Vanguard, perhaps, are quite well, right? Maybe...
I still don't like Sanjin Yasha.
Oh,
Sanji Yasha. Also, I don't like when there's one item that you kind of need to
Yeah,
buy.
exactly.
Same goes for the previous patch 728, where everyone was just, all right, let's build Battle Fury no matter what, whether it's Ursa, Troll.
okay, what
just
items would
get
you
it.
buff? What items would you actually buff up, not nerf? Earn, maybe? Maybe Vlad's. Vlad's has been out
Vlad's
of
is
the
too
game.
expensive.
Yeah, it's been out of the game for the longest time.
Glimmer.
I don't
You
think
would-
Glimmer is in a
Glimmer's
good
fine.
spot.
Yeah, Glimmer's fine.
I think there's always this like contrast between Solar Crest and Glimmer. One of your supports always needs to build one of them, and right now, for a while, it's been Solar Crest. For
Or
Solar
both.
Crest
Like, if you
needs a
see
nerf.
Enchantress,
Solar
you-
Crest is just
yeah.
a bit too strong of an
It's
item.
too easy to build it. Like Solar Crest, all these small items, like eliminating the ultimate orb and putting a crown, windlace, it's just perfect.
Amusingly, most of the items that we thought got super buffed, like ranged Manta and Satanic, are not like super top tier items. They're
Satanic
good,
is still
but
in certain situation on heroes just feels way too strong. The spell mechanic, 80 damage and strength heroes.
it's on the
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
there's always this like contrast between Solar Crest and Glimmer. One of your supports always needs to build one of them.
10
And
seconds
right now,
remaining.
for a while, it's been Solar Crest. For
Or
Solar
both.
Crest
Like, if you
needs a
see
nerf.
Enchantress,
Solar
you-
Crest is just a bit
remaining.
too strong of an
It's
item.
too easy to build it. Like Solar Crest, all these small items, like eliminating the ultimate orb and putting a crown, windlace, it's
Dire
just
team
perfect.
pick.
Amusingly, most of the items that we thought got super buffed, like ranged Manta and Satanic, are not
Radiant
like
team
super
pick.
top tier items. They're
Satanic
good,
is still
but
in certain situation on heroes just feels way too strong. The spell mechanic, 80 damage and strength heroes.
It's undispellable.
Undispellable,
Yeah,
6-second
Satanic is-
duration, 200% lifesteal. Like even if you have, let's say, Hammond's Halberd on you, you can still get a couple of
10
hits off it.
seconds remaining.
Lifesteal.
Okay, so Boom Esports, they
5 seconds
snatched that
remaining.
line away from for
Radiant
themselves in the
team
first stage.
pick.
Medusa in.
Bristleback!
Okay, Bristleback. Treant in as well.
Nyx Assassin's still
Nyx
in.
Assassin still in.
Leshrac still in.
Flash still in. Nyx Assassin is pretty much D1 because he makes. If you pick the Lesh and don't ban the Nyx, you're putting yourself
10
in a really bad
seconds
spot.
remaining.
Agreed.
They need to address this
5
Bristle. I think you
seconds
need
remaining.
to address him as early as
Dire
possible.
team
I
pick.
wouldn't mind seeing a hyper pick for Boom Esports. There are no
Dire team
rank
ban.
mechanics in Dota.
Medusa!
But
They just
yeah,
go
they'll
with
go with
Medusa.
Medusa, Lion Medusa. So I believe Boom will ban Nyx. It's just too good of a counter
Radiant
against Medusa,
team
and they'll
ban.
probably ban like Slark, some mana burners.
Yeah, but wasn't banned in the last game, the Assassin, right? They left it in.
And they still won, even without the Nyx Assassin. So they took away one of the mana burners. Lion is now on the side of the Medusa. Invoker still available. Slark still available. Ursa still available.
When you
10
look at
seconds
protecting the
remaining.
Bristleback,
Dire
you've seen
team ban.
not Viper obviously
Radiant
is going out,
team
but we've
ban.
some turners, right? The heroes that can turn you.
All the taunts.
Void Spirit,
Axe,
Void Spirit, the
Void
Mars,
Spirit.
the Axe, LC as
Wyvern.
well. Yeah. A lot of options. Yes,
I don't find Wyvern is like one of the weakest heroes right now. Just feel
the ulti
completely
is horrible.
awkward.
Yeah.
Like,
10
I don't-
seconds remaining.
I don't know why that was a change. I
Dire
saw
team
who was
ban.
Puppy was playing Wyvern the other day.
Europe is playing it quite a bit. I think Brame was picking it as well.
1-4-4 build with Holy Locket,
Mhm.
with the heal talent
Radiant
increase,
team ban.
being
Yeah,
that.
that sounds viable.
That was
Your ulti is still bad because it's good in team fights, but you
It's
can't
not
catch.
a setup anymore.
Yeah, it's not a setup. You can't catch.
Well,
Darkseer banned out.
Boom chooses to leave the Knicks in still.
Just
I'm
not,
with you,
10
Lacoste.
seconds
I'm with you.
remaining.
not valued by these two teams.
5
That's it,
seconds
really.
remaining.
Sometimes teams have their own meta and Drats have their own. Even though you see Knicks in every single other game. But
Smart Omega ban one of the other counters to Bristleback with
Radiant
Mars,
team
Void
pick.
Spirit still in the pool.
Yeah,
In fact,
you-
they ban out the other Spirit.
you see the Medusa, you need to ban out the Phoenix and the. That's. You go to. Puck also isn't. Those two are extremely strong with her.
Dire
Can't
team
run away,
pick.
can't fight. Centaur.
They can run away from Medusa
Or
ulti
run on top of
potentially,
her
or
as
yeah,
well.
or yeah, find Lion.
Boom could get Puck.
They need a playmaking mid. They need someone that just goes in and buys time. I
10
wouldn't mind
seconds
seeing
remaining.
Puck into two. Someone did the
5
same thing
seconds
where they
remaining.
had Centaur Bristleback mid the other day, and they had Raid King as a core, as a position 1.
Wait, which one was mid? Centaur or Bristleback?
Bristleback mid, Centaur off lane,
Wraith King.
safe lane
Okay.
Raid King. Yeah, I remember that game because these heroes were not killable.
Oh yeah, that was. I think it was Fnatic, right? Wasn't
No,
it
they had
Moon
Bristle
on
on
the
off.
Bristle?
They had Bristle on offlane and it was dumpstered, but they won in the end.
Was
No,
this
no, no.
China?
It was these
I'm talking about China. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
three cores that I remember. It was just like you can't play Dota. Like we don't have enough damage. Even if we try to take one out.
It's too tanky, too bulky.
yeah.
I remember the game. Even.
Well, Underlord's still in the pool. You want percentage-based damage?
For Boom?
Yeah.
Ah,
There's
Radiant
Timber,
team
right?
pick.
and if
Is it
Timber
banned?
is
No,
available?
it's banned.
It's
I'm
banned?
sorry.
Okay.
First,
I was like, whoa,
first phase.
whoa.
Against FBZ, always.
Well, this hero is anti-tank. It removes all of their armor. You might have HP, removes the magic resistance as well. Sitting at the 0-0 pretty much, but these heroes, they build
10
into
seconds remaining.
hoods, so
pipes.
we'll have some magic resistance at least.
5 seconds remaining.
Smart Omega, Slark still in the pool.
Still, Slark looks like a good game, except
Still
Lion.
Nyx is still in the pool.
And if you go for that Slark, that means that Bristle would be mid Centaur
Dire
offlane.
team pick.
Thank God.
Oh, finally. Finally. Took them some time, you know, against ET, against his stomp, against the... You can stop the stomp when he... Spirit, a good setup. Finally. I mean, it's really not a big, high IQ
Big
play.
brain, yeah, it's not a
It's
big
really
brain
not
play,
a
yeah.
big next intimate.
No, Boom.
5 seconds
Have
remaining.
their support duo, likely. We keep talking about the flex potential of ET, but we never really see it, so... I'll
Not
just-
in our region. In some
Yeah.
regions, it's getting picked on position 3. I believe I've seen some in Europe.
Seb
Brain.
even with
Prep. Yeah,
Midas on the offlane with Snapfire, but this time around you don't have the Snap even.
And this is also
Dire
Nyx
team
Assassin
back.
into Lion. Nyx doesn't like to
Legion
play into
Commander.
Hex.
Alright, it's all the heroes that we were asking for in game 1.
We're finally getting them. The Legion, the next you get some Dispel with the Legion.
The turn we were
The
talking
turn
about
of the
on
Bristleback. Yeah.
But still, you need a
10
lot of
seconds
damage
remaining.
to kill this Bristleback. He comes online
Radiant
fast, something we talked
team
about
back.
after first game ended. Centaur gets that hood, gets Vanguard, and then you kind of lack damage to kill. You need to bring an
Dire
extra
team
hero
ban.
to actually get a kill, or you need to commit with a lot of spells.
What do they ban? You have Slark option, you have Drow option. Smart Omega.
I wouldn't mind seeing Ursa, even though we've seen Ursa
Okay,
just
Ursa,
losing the lane to Legion Commander quite a lot.
You
What
guys
about-
seem pretty confident this is a mid Medusa?
10
No,
seconds
I'm talking
remaining.
about Smart Omega.
Oh, Smart
what they
Omega.
need to ban now.
Medusa.
Medusa
5 seconds
for
remaining.
Mikoto.
No, for Boom Esports, you need some damage.
They need a
now. Yeah,
playmaker. They need
playmaker
the
from the mid
spell
lane.
damage coming up.
Storm banned out for Mikoto. Void Spirit is in the pool. Ember Spirit is in the pool.
It's a good Puck game. Puck is
as
still
well.
available just to keep them in place. I like Puck Medusa pairing where he keeps the place, and then it's a good setup for ET.
Good
Just-
versus Centaur.
Exactly.
I love Puck. See what they ban
Radiant
out.
team ban.
They ban out the Void. Okay, they ban out the Snapfire plus Void combination, which is also pretty strong. But yeah, I'm not sure. It's not the greatest counter to the mid as a carry-to-carry matchup. It tanks up enough to survive through that Chronosphere.
10 seconds
You're in
remaining.
problems.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're still more afraid of other things that are not the Slark.
5 seconds remaining.
That's true. After seeing that game
Yeah.
1,
They have Legion Commander this time around. Can't dispel that. They have burst damage Lion with ET to bring him down. So much weaker game in terms of Slark class pick compared to the previous one.
a lot of colors. Tower damage, teamfight damage, lockdown. A lot of heroes contributing a little bit here,
Just
a
what you
little
like to
bit
see, nice
there.
and well-rounded. Except Medusa's carrying tower damage hard for Dire. You guys wanted a playmaker for Mikoto. Do you think Doom is a little bit too slow
Dire
mid-Doom?
team pick.
Yeah, maybe not.
Radiant team pick.
I don't think they use Centaur. They go with the Ursa instead. So they snatch that Ursa away from...
Possibly. It's
Smart.
going to be mid Ursa because they know it's a mid Bristleback.
The
Maybe.
TNC did exactly this
They
in game
did,
1.
but they
Yeah.
can swap things around. Like this could be
But TNC did it and they lost.
Yeah, they lost with it.
this could be
10
safe lane
seconds
Bristle
remaining.
and just pick a different mid laner if you feel like it.
But
But then
5
you're gonna have
seconds
Medusa on the
remaining.
mid. There's a safe lane.
It's a good Ursa pick, right? Versus Centaur versus Bristle. You're going to have a decent lane there. I still think if you're smart Omega, you need a true win condition. I don't believe in Bristleback 1.
No,
That's the
like he
problem.
does not match up. So and Medusa. Ursa.
Ursa?
Yeah, good combination of two heroes.
I don't think this combo is going to be good enough that we need to come up with a name for that.
Oh, we've seen it before. Like I think this could be the future of Southeast Asia.
Just go Slark again and play your game. It worked in the first one. Can work again.
What about Leshrac? Not Lesh.
Yeah, so I was thinking if they want to do a mid laner and make Bristle safe lane.
Let's just play the tempo.
Yeah.
Doable. Just
Or
your late
carry
game.
Snapfire.
Your late game afterwards. You don't end the game fast enough. Fall apart.
Sniper with a grenade. Let's go.
Let's go. I wouldn't mind it. They have
Some
literally
gap
no
closers,
reach. Yeah,
but
no gap
Legion
closer.
Commander, but it's hard with all the front line. You have Centaur to protect you, Bristleback also in front, Nyx Assassin.
I'm down for some sniper.
Or I'm down. I'm really down
yeah.
to see a sniper.
Hell yeah. It's not going to happen. though.
You may now select your
Oh,
hero.
what did you say,
My
Tsunami?
God.
Say
What?
again.
Say it again.
I said it's definitely going to
They
happen.
picked
Oh,
it
wait.
before.
It's
I
absolutely
can't
gonna
hear you.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
They played sniper before. They won with it before.
Well, I'll be gosh darn.
No, it's something that I've been thinking. I think I mentioned it once before on the panel. We see a lot of Medusa picks. Why not just go with Sniper? Because this hero
Historic.
Yeah, why not? I like Sniper against Ursa, against Medusa. You have the, well, now nerf the Bristle Blade, so Ursa has a pretty hard time getting on top of you. It's a good pick. And also this time I'll let you choose who to go for, since we're the ones that went for Omega. Oh, I went for Omega apparently, so you gotta go Omega as well. Yep.
I know, but Chaos in the bottom works too. But Chaos not locking in the cast, like if I lock Caster's Curse, then we get a game 3.
Which is what we want.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
I'm gonna go Smart Omega. I can't doubt anymore.
Prepare for battle.
You know, you get a little sniper in you.
You 13 mana boy.
Yeah, I had to go with you guys.
Do it.
Do it.
Say goodbye to your head.
So we'll see how this goes.
The thing is, it can't get any worse than game 1.
Yeah, no.
There was almost 1k advantage per minute. There's no way.
That's true. Very true, very true, very true.
And it's a mid Dusa. We have seen this again. Like, why is everybody picking Dusa and another carry? Dusa is your carry. Hello, guys. Like, don't pick Dusa, Ursa. Don't pick Dusa AM. Don't pick Dusa. What did they have last game? Chaos Knight. Why?
Well, CK was the off lane.
Yeah, but it was still a carry, quote unquote.
I guess.
Like a carry off lane. Like, just pick some normal stunts. Pick some carry like Ember or something. Make space for a Dusa. This time though, they have the Lion and the Titan. The draft overall looks a lot better. I'm not convinced by this dual core Dusa. I think it's really, really the tempo is slowed down significantly, but who's gonna slow down the tempo here on them? The only spam out they have is Legion Q.
And even Legion wants a decent amount.
Yeah.
Get by to your head.
And you never want your Dusa to be there having to defend the tower
boy.
if you can avoid it.
And it's going back to, is there enough farm on the map for them to split? I feel like it.
Tough. I mean, at least they have the Ursa to kind of answer the Bristol, but even that matchup is not that bad for Bristol. Like this new build that we're seeing, this Aghanim's, it's very tough to deal with for Ursa. Get goo on you, and suddenly you're like, yep, can't move. But I enraged it off. Oh, 1 second cooldown, I got another one on me. And move again.
You're gonna hopefully get this game to 20 minutes. Potentially get that shard from the Legion.
Next Korea. Ooh, stick Michael through the trees and gone anyway.
Has been killed.
Not that sick after all.
Unfortunate.
Yep.
So we'll see if they bring this to a game 3.
I wouldn't mind it.
I don't know if the first game was really a, you know, was it just an outdraft completely, or was it just the show of how well these supports move on Omega? Like, what did we read from that game that comes into the second game that, you know, maybe we won't see? And, you know, are we not seeing that Omega is just the better team?
Like, I would say under the circumstances that the game was in, it was an outdraft. But if you lose, okay, is anything gonna happen?
Sleep on it too.
He has an Earthshock on 5.
And trying to go for Shanks, but he got stunned. Can he chase him through into the trees? No, he's already got him.
Yep. So, going back to the point again, in the circumstance it was an outdraft because if you lose the early game, you just can't fight back anymore. Like, the draft really relies on playing well early game and winning lanes, and they got pretty stomped in the early game, and then we just can't recover from that. I'm sure if the game looked different, you know, they won like 1 or 2 lanes, would have been way better for them. The way it went. They couldn't really play Dota, so it's hard to say, boom, just really play poorly. It's just the nature of the draft.
And it's not like these supports this draft for Omega lack what, you know, really lack a lot less than the supports they had in the previous game.
Yeah.
You still have Impale into the Fire Staff Cookie, the Scatter Blast Slow, Spike Carapace. Like, your lockdown's there, your pick-off potential, your movement is there for you.
For sure. I just want to see how comfortable Mikoto is on his Dusa.
It definitely feels right up his alley in terms of having to be the playmaker.
Dire are scanning.
But, you know, it's not the show-stoppy puck. It's not the show-stoppy OD that he's played in the past. This is more later in the game. I need to be the playmaker, and I have to help with that damage. Like a playmaker in a different sense, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, Dusa can be played in a less greedy fashion, for sure, where you just try to defend towers, just make sure the enemy doesn't have like free reign over the map while you carry farms.
Right.
It's just, do you really want to do that? Because you're kind of sacrificing the strength of Dusa, which is flash farm. Do you really want another farmer when you already have that? It's like picking AM and TA in one team. Do you really want that? Probably not.
Splitting all that farm.
Because you just take away from each other's timings. Can work, but sniper's a pretty good answer to it.
Well, we don't see this sniper often, and this carry sniper. How? I guess the Legion and potentially Asleep, Link on the Lion are ways to maybe get on the sniper.
As say so as well.
But it has to also, I guess, be reliable or more reliable than I would say the average. Because if you let the sniper just have his freedom and his space in fights especially, you're gonna lose.
And they also have to break through the wall that is Centaur and Bristleback. Yep. And then you have a Nyx Assassin also that can just randomly stun you from anywhere, really. It's not going to be easy. They have Stampede also to bail him out.
Yeah. And you'd like to have the Blink Duel probably go on the Bristle so he's facing you at all times. Kiskute not really doing much damage to that Centaur as of yet.
Yep. See if he goes boots before Vanguard on Centaur.
And they're getting these stacks. Bristle's getting some
Radiant's
farm.
middle tower is under attack.
Dusa's doing pretty well for himself. He actually went bottle on Dusa. Okay.
That's something you see often.
But the Bristleback is dead.
Yeah, he's just dead here. First blood from Makoto and stacks.
I mean, sorry, that was not good.
But they had the idea, they had the vision, or the knowledge, game sense to go up there.
Yeah, but Shanks saw him. Like, Snapfire saw the Dusa run there, and he just stayed
and then
there
he
anyway.
just stayed and still tried to farm the stacks, thinking, what, maybe Dusa's not going to risk it?
Potentially, but...
That's cocky if you think that, I would say.
Yeah,
especially at a sliver of health.
You gave a ton of money to Dusa just there, for no reason. Wow, that level 4 Mystic Snake takes Snapfire to 10%. He doesn't have any points in Stonegate, so... Once his Bristol is 6, the Warpath has a lot of damage potential. But yeah, like, if a Dusa game mid goes like that, that's when it can work. You know, like, he's owning lane, he's 1k ahead of the Bristleback. This is when it can really work, because the map is not going to be compromised as much.
Yeah, it already feels pretty good for the Medusa. Top of the net worth by a good margin. Especially ahead of the Bristle.
He's now farming up his Ancient stack. Hopefully no more visitors. They do have the water, so they know that he's doing it. They probably can't make it in time. Sniper going back for his Midas. The double gloves of haste build. Who doesn't know it?
Oh, the Villain Mystic Snake in the kill. I'd guess CML, and that's while the Medusa's just farming away on the stacks that were made for Makoto. And while that's happening, Kiskute goes down to Mac. Shanks is dead to Dreamacell. Mac will finish off those stacks for himself.
Yeah, they did invade again. This time, however, he doesn't die in Bristol. He has to be careful, there's a duel on Sniper. He ran into melee range.
Ooh, they can get a stun. I don't know if that...
Whoa, nice
good.
impale.
There's the impale, and that just keeps him alive. The TP is just in time.
He was a bit greedy with the duel. He could have dueled him already, but he wanted the duel damage, of course. If he duels him straight, I think he's gonna die anyway. You won't win a duel, but sometimes the kill is more important than a duel win.
Yeah, especially there, if you can slow down this Sniper. This game for Boom is going 1,000 times better.
Yeah, and Sniper is not actually farming pretty much at all. Centaur is getting shut down. All lanes won this time for Boomerang.
The supports didn't move around as much. They haven't shut down these heroes in the side lanes. Centaur comes over to try and steal some of those stacks. Hyde looking to make more. No.
Not today, sir. I think one of
Sentry's there, so it was blocked.
Yeah. And one of the lizards refused to come out anyways. Stay home, daddy.
Wake up, you gotta go to school.
Nope. I have a fever.
Me 5 minutes after putting my head under the lamp.
Yeah, let's be honest here. How many times you just fake to be sick to stay home?
I would try, and I just wasn't smart. Get pulled off.
For me, I probably skipped way too many classes.
Radiant's
Like
top
some
tower is under attack.
stupid random excuses. Like, Mom,
Steal Makoto.
my leg is cramping up. I can't walk to school anymore.
Moving on, first the attack crew comes in. They've got the Hex and the damage onto the Nyx Assassin. They'll get the kill. The sweep also lands onto the Bristleback.
No damage from though.
Drain his mana.
He has the region, so potentially could re-invade the triangle. which I think was the correct decision to do. He's kind of giving the stack away for free. Not a big fan of that.
Bruce is still no Stone Gaze. 4-4-1-0.
Yeah, he's gonna go into the Talon.
Dire's top tower
Probably
is under attack.
damage. Choose your Talon, sir.
Has the Yasha. That's a lot of gold real quick. You go on the CML again, and they'll get the kill.
Radiant's
Altescu goes
bottom
down to
tower is under
Shanks.
attack.
Yes, Stone Gate actually. He's a little bit afraid of this Bristleback dive.
Dire's structures are
Well, they're
fortified.
trying to take the bottom tier 1. That gets glyphed up.
No, should be pretty free tower though.
Dire's top tower is under
And yeah,
attack.
that stack is gone, Mac. You had your chance, but
You missed it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Didn't use the Stone Gaze on that chase, by the way.
Dire's
He was
top
diving
tower
in
is
between the tier 1,
fortified.
tier 2 area. Takes away the illusion rune. Sniper.
Radiant's bottom
4-2-1.
tower has
Still
fallen.
going into the Midas.
yep, you got a pretty good cooldown Talon on level 10.
Dire's middle tower
Midas a little
is
bit more
under
efficient.
attack.
But the pace as this game is going is pretty good for Boom. Like, you're ahead with a pretty greedy draft.
Right.
Ursa is halfway to his defusal. And Dusa is having a really good time as well.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So there's the medallion for the Legion. For the sleep, it lands.
It's facing him. A duel could potentially cause some damage. But of course, Ocean Heart, you just sit in the water. You magically get 10 health region.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under
Cause-
attack.
Why?
Because why not? I couldn't give you an answer even if I wanted to.
I was thinking, like, water is water, right? Why doesn't Ocean Heart make it, like, healing water?
What do you mean?
Like, why can't it just heal without the Ocean Heart in the water? What's the difference? It just has a trinket.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it makes the water have healing properties.
So only with the trinket, though.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess.
Sure.
Works. Checks out. The math checks out.
I like it. I think Lina stun shouldn't work in the river. Should just
You think
fizzle
it
out.
should just turn into steam and then the other team shouldn't have vision?
Yeah. And also you're affected by the debuff called Steam.
I shall honor your name.
You make best situation out of no situation.
You sound like me right now. You know what would be cool?
What?
If Lina, yeah, you know.
Yeah. I mean, there was a pause. We gotta entertain the audience. Or at least try
I
to.
usually do it during the game as well.
Dire's
I know.
middle tower
That's
Oh,
is
why
under attack.
the difference between you and I.
You know it would be cool. Oh, missing the earth spike.
Sent out too fast.
Nick's
Humongous
coming
body.
over towards mid with the Vendetta. He's now level 6.
Yep.
They're gonna try and go in on the Makoto. He's into the trees, but right into the hands of the Nyx assassin.
We have a Soul
Kisses, and no mana left. Makoto, the sweep lands, but he's still dead to the kisses of Shanks.
He just didn't pop it. He was like, they're not gonna go for me. No way. Right? Oh. There was a little greedy to hold on there.
Yeah, now your
Dire's
tier 1
middle
mid is
tower
gone.
Yeah,
has
I know that
fallen.
all that gold that you worked so hard to get is pretty much back to even. And it's just the power of Bristleback.
Yep.
This boy is a very spiky one.
This will come in handy.
Ursa going defusal.
Yep, once that's up, Bristleback is gonna have some problems, mana-wise, also sustain-wise. It's not easy to tank through overpowered southpaws as a Bristol.
He's going Halberd, Legion. He's going into the Solar Crest after having that medallion.
Which is... I don't like it super much. They don't have an initiator at all. We're gonna initiate. Sure, your Ursa will have his diffuser at some point, but you're basically relying on them running on you.
You know, lying to get the blink a little bit later than you could.
Yeah, like, you definitely want to have a blink. You always want to have at least one guy who can initiate.
I would almost go as far as say for this, especially against Stampede, you might even want to. as quickly as you can.
Yeah, I'll Titan a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, KSQ getting chased, but I think the idea is he goes to the right, away from his Medusa, maybe saving Medusa.
Oh, he actually...
Sleep lands, and I think he'll survive the onslaught.
Yeah, he was not supposed to get slapped there. A little bit misjudging of the
circle.
AoE.
Yeah.
Some circles are bigger than others.
Tower is under attack.
And mine are just not round. Are you good at drawing circles?
No, it's
I was
very
terrible at
hard
art.
Drawing the perfect circle.
Dire's top tower is under
drawing
attack.
something that resembles a circle is hard for me. I don't even have shaky hands, it just looks ugly. I don't know what to do.
First for this Nyx assassin.
Yeah, dig in. They have a sentry there. He should be gone.
Stampede and the duel range. Okay.
Alright.
Blink who stop on the 3 Earth Splitter coming across. That's not going to land.
What was that? How far did he stretch his hands? Oh, nice. Pretty good teamwork here from Omega, but I'm just surprised the duel reached him.
That felt like a lot longer than dual range.
Yeah, it felt like getting these others or something.
Felt like triple the dual range.
Radiant
like over the cliff. Come here, bro. You're gonna fight me. Probably one of those cases where he was mid-animation when he popped and he ran away. Didn't. Level 12 Bristol. Level 2 Warpath is a lot stronger than level 1. Careful.
Yeah, damage per stack goes from 25 to 30.
And 2 more stacks.
Fallen to the down.
Roche gets picked up here by Dreamcell.
Alright, I wasn't even aware they were doing it. That's how sneaky they were.
A lucky find.
So he gets that Aegis. He's got the defusal. He's here. Okay. Next on the Nyx, Mac is here. First spike lands, but now Viscous Hazel do separated high from the rest. Finger and winner on the duel.
Winner, chicken dinner.
BZ ran all the way back behind the tier 1 tower.
He can't really dive any further here. No point in doing so. He almost has his Heaven's Helper completed, which then means Ursa is not as big of a threat. And of course, it's also a must-have in Medusa.
Right.
Big fan here. Wouldn't be surprised if Centaur goes for one as well later on. How is Sniper looking? I haven't really seen him at all this game. He just finished his Maelstrom, going into the Pike after that.
Minus on the cooldown.
Use it now. Thank you.
Steps up for a second.
He
He's
has to be
little
careful.
scared.
Yeah. Ursa will shred him in one overpower. In with Titan. No sentry ward here.
He's already backing away.
Schnibber has to be careful. Okay, now Heaven's Helper completed on Bristol. Question is, do they want to fight?
Coming over, they've got the vision here, ready to go.
Hey, they see him with the Invis guy. They also see the Nyx. This is a bad initiation for Radiant.
Carapace waiting, CML. Stops the sleep, but doesn't stop his death.
He gets 3 hit.
Yep.
With that Solar Crest debuff applied.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And
Blink almost picked up for Hyde.
do they wait until Aegis runs out? But that's a lot of time and a lot of space.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom
Especially
tower
for the
is under
Medusa.
attack.
Who went Manta this game? Interesting.
And is already one component into the X.
Yeah. But we can't forget, of course, there is a Nyx assassin in this game who is a pretty decent counter to Medusa. And there's also a sniper in the game who's pretty decent counter to Medusa.
They find themselves KSQ. And started the sleep, realized he's probably not getting that off. Can't even try though, Stampede to try and They've got the stone. They turn the Ursa to stone. Impale lands onto this Ursa. Fire Snap to get some distance. They still are hoping for blood. They look over at Mac, who turns himself around, and well, now he's slept. He is mad at Drain. Mortimer's Kisses coming in, but they get the kill here onto Mac. They'll take him out, and Earth Splitter comes through, but it doesn't save the life of KSQ. He's got Aegis. He wants to get there, but Kodo, not a lot of mana to play with. FBC is over the tower, and he's dead.
What are they doing?
They're just diving.
They're tunnel visioning like mad on his sniper. He's out of mana. Centaur might be able to catch him. gets him.
Yeah, right on top. No mana to work with.
Fire got taken out.
Doesn't last. T-Moon's up dead to hide. Makoto looking like he's still dead regardless. But Dreamcell goes back in, looks for Shanks. The impale's there. Shanks will survive. And they'll start to run away from this situation, or at least try to.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
One more. I couldn't get it.
Get him.
And Hyde got the solo kill onto the sniper with that newly picked up Blink Dagger. Very important kill on the sniper. If he doesn't die, the fight is horrendous for Boom.
Yeah. Losing the Medusa.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Such a
attack.
bad feeling.
You can really see the
FPT
difference.
too.
Like, if he had an Eternal Shroud there, I feel like the Grimson might have tried to fight over himself.
Sam H
Gone.
gets controlled and, all right, hitting the cymbals and spinning before he takes that last right click.
So we can see both leaders of the network are from the Boom side. That's exactly where they want to be. Another duel.
Duel onto the bristle.
Out of all heroes, this is a tough one to...
Especially by yourself.
Yeah.
With help, I would, say that's certainly possible.
That's out of position here, no enrage.
Yeah, Scatterblast slows them off. They've got the minus armor, a lot of minus armor. He's going to go the other way. The Mortimer's Kisses. That was well done by Dreamcell to be able to blink away. They're going to lose high.
Is under attack.
Good sacrifice though. Better than losing your Ursa here.
Yeah.
Dragonlance completed. Growth Ball, of course, picked up on Sniper. His attack range now is 1,190, which is basically a Blink Dagger range. And if you activate that passive, how much is that? 1590? Almost 600 range. Yeah, 1600 range. But it's balanced. Don't worry about it.
Sure, whatever you say.
Like, we went through very sensitive tests that ensured us that it's all balanced.
Yeah.
All by design. Might us up in 2 seconds. If you don't use it right away, I'm going to report you.
Invisibility!
Quick draw.
That was 1 second or so. Also, his item set doesn't make him look like Sniper at all. He's on catch two, Nimbus Bristol, and very dead.
Down you!
Not sure why I was like, oh, maybe he gets out.
Maybe he stomps everybody, walks away, and
Dire's top tower is under attack.
potentially.
Radiant structures are
And
fortified.
Bristol's going straight into the axe.
Radiant's
I like it a
middle
lot.
tower
I think
is under
Bristol axe is
attack.
one of the most broken ones in the game right now.
Makoto almost has the axe, just 500 pulled away.
Radiant's
A lot
bottom
slower than we
tower
usually
is
see,
under
but
attack.
that's the
Like Manta.
consequence of having Ursa as well.
Dire's top tower has
Taking a lot
fallen.
of space.
Radiant's
Legion
middle tower
wanting to
has
go
fallen. Radiant's bottom
Blink
tower
shard.
is under attack.
They need to blink, 100%. But he actually finished
And the
Radiant's
Vlad's
middle
gonna come
tower
out.
is under
Vlad's,
attack. Dire's top tower is
Very
under
expensive
attack.
item for
Skirmishes.
what it does. How much does it cost? 2.7k, 15 lives, 18
You
damage.
make best situation out of no situation.
He's 15 mana boy.
That's bad for Wiki mana.
Dire
Smoke
are
used by
scanning.
Boom. Hurricane Pike picked up for the sniper.
They have the blink on Lion, so that's the initiation they're looking for. Because Ursa's gonna have a hard time now getting on top of the sniper with that pike. You pike him away, you shrapnel him. Gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Do they read the smoke though? They don't. But just Bristol.
X. Spike.
Do you really want to duel him?
Not really.
He was thinking about it.
He went back and forth.
He's like,
I think he was wondering where his team was at.
Is under
And with
attack.
Medusa still bottom.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And now there's a counter smoke here by Radiant. And they see the Nyx, they have sentries there. Can't scoot out of position completely though.
Yeah, he's gonna die. Look at the heads on the Nyx assassin. And now they're gonna try and stampede, catch him, and Makoto on the run. Good Earth Spike.
Blink Dagger up
Well
though.
done.
It's always hard to commit it to a Legion commander. So just turtles are stunned, suddenly the fight turns around,
Yep.
and you're like, ah,
I should have done this.
yeah.
It was
now my
at
team
that
is dead too.
moment he realized.
Which happens way too many. Midas off cooldown in 1.
BKB for the Ursa.
Another 2 seconds.
I mean, maxing him up.
Yeah. I'd be mad if I'm the coach of this team.
Bro,
Press the button. Hello.
For Smart Omega, they do have a 2K lead.
They do. It's a very flimsy one with the sniper always has to say. Like, if they get on top of him, he dies fast.
And all that damage is gone.
Yeah, exactly. And he doesn't even have too many damage items, just one infected Maelstrom. Like, he needs at least 1 or 2 more items to be really this threat that's super annoying. He's building into the Skadi, which I like. Skadi plus Goo.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
For sure.
And now, they might be able to pick up Roshan as well, because the stacks go up from 4 to 8, as the cost likes to say. VP ult is double. Doubling is good. And double damage also.
I'm aware of this.
No, I mean, even if they just die so fast. 8 stacks, how much minus damage is that, B-Cop?
A lot.
3.
They're gonna try and fight this. They're shot in. They've got the duel on the Bristle.
It's a DD sniper though.
And yeah, sniping from the high ground. Mortimer's Kiss is coming in. They get the kill on the max. They're gonna look over as Sam H gets the stun of the Legion Commander.
And they just don't fight.
Yeah, on the 2 CML, and he's dead too.
I'm surprised. But this was the second Roshan, right? They gave it to the sniper. Now he has a grenade. Even more kiting tools against the Ursa. And I'm surprised they didn't try to fight that with the DD sniper.
Now they've got the concussive grenade.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been
arming them
killed.
for 3 seconds. Wow. What a cooldown.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well,
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
that is a good shard.
Yeah.
3 second disarm against Dusa and Ursa.
You make best situation out of no situation.
Sniper. You got him.
That the attack, the damage on the NPC, and they look over as they're trying to get the kill here
Ursa can't
onto
move.
Shanks, and look at this, Tino just from a distance doing a lot of damage. They get the kill on the KSQ2, they fall back on the lead, and now Hyde's dead. Medusa, 3v1, or really 5v1 with the distance here from Tino. The right clicks are in, and Makoto's gonna die.
Yeah, he just can't move on the Ursa. He's stuck in the shrapnel. Without BKB, he's just cannon fodder. I'm dead.
Yeah.
I like it.
He's dead.
Actually sounded like somebody from the
Radiant's
producing
top
team is talking
tower
to
is
me.
under attack.
I'm dead.
Because the voice lines that are from the teams, these sound like a octave lower than the ones you get from like the
Dyer's
Battle Pass.
middle
And
tower
Yeah,
is
way
under
lower.
attack.
And it's
Radiant's
sniper
top
without
tower
Sky.
is
Look at
under
this.
attack.
Well, not. We don't care about that
Dyer's
kill. But look at the
structures are
Ursa
fortified.
jumping in onto the snapfire.
Dyer's
Look what
middle
happens after.
tower
He
is
can't
under
move
attack.
in the shrapnel. Look at
Radiant's
Ursa. He's like,
top tower is under attack.
well, he gets concussed away.
yeah, and the shrapnel. And
Dyer's
headshotted.
middle tower has fallen.
And then he says, okay,
Dyer's
I'm out
middle
Makoto.
tower is under attack.
It's a great pick, sniper. They have done it before.
And I'm not sure if they have a way to stop it.
But you also get knocked back when you cast the grenade, I just realized. So he has the pike and the grenade.
Dyer's middle
He
tower
positioned
has
himself.
fallen.
Very good tools, actually. Wasn't aware it's that good. Now, 100 gold away from the Skadi. Once that's up, it'll be very slow. Let's do the math here. 30% slow, 50% slow, it's 80% slow. How much is Skadi? Was it 40? Skadi is 25. Yeah, if you're melee. That's 105% slow. Basically, you're walking backwards, so you gotta click the other side.
Controls become opposites.
That would be so
Sure.
funny.
Dyer's bottom tower is under
Just like
attack.
minus damage heals you, right? That works. Oh!
Dyer's bottom
assassin.
tower has fallen.
It's Burrow City time.
Yeah, he's got the axe. He's ready to go.
I hate this axe. I think so good.
With just the proper vision. Yeah, he could. I almost want to say he could burrow next to the sniper, and that's his job.
Yep, protect him. Be in a little
Radiant's top
dugout.
tower is under attack.
This draft is really hard to play into. This Bristol plus sniper draft. You just can't move.
Radiant
It's actually just so hard to
scanning.
move. You gotta take a stationary fight somehow and get to the sniper, which you can't do because you're stationary.
high ground, chasing forward.
He's almost out of mana though. He has a cheap to work with, but...
And they find themselves the Centaur. Finger comes in, they get the kill there. It's at least not Sandage so far, and Makoto needs to be careful. Out of mana, right clicks in on the Dreamer Cell, and you look, he just, oh god, CML from a distance with the impale. Dreamer Cell now in the face of Mac as well as Shanks. Surge Splitter coming across, not really going to do that much. Assassinate from Tino, and they kill off Dreamer Cell. That's a 9-time streak going to the Sniper. Right clicks in on a Makoto. Look at how far away he is just making this happen from. Makoto, you can try and fight. It's just not happening. The duel is out, but, well, you won't be the victor. You'll actually end up dead to Tino. Ultra kill for Tino.
And I think it's part of I don't know, the right wall.
Yeah.
The Sniper is way too far ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Here, Medusa is getting completely hard counted. I'm not a big fan of his item build this game. Nyx Assassin, you don't want to build into more int. But that mana burn is going to mess you up regardless.
Are under attack.
And now with this Bristle also. There's just too many procs to deal with. Yep. You're going to do the Sniper, you're going to do the Bristle. The question is, can you even kill the Sniper at this point, even if you duel him? 2.7k health.
Can't even get on top of the boost. On top of the Sniper.
Yeah, this double relocation tool is actually really strong. This grenade. The thing about the Roshan was really important.
Yeah. And it was just kind of...
I'm dead.
Give it.
Yep. And CML is chilling. With this loss, that means we cannot get to the major anymore, I believe.
And then secures a tiebreaker at the bottom.
Against Boom.
Are under attack.
We lost tiebreaker, especially the top. I'm sure he must be very happy with this result. We should interview him after this game. Hello, Cos, how are you feeling about this now additional game? Are you as happy as I am? Yeah.
Scotty suing for the Medusa, but I just...
Doesn't even help.
I don't, yeah.
Just get mana burn.
Dire are
3
scanning.
mana burns is all it takes for you to be out of mana. They're smoking in from behind. They have no idea on Boom, I think. They're not prepared. Lion and Ursa are bottom, while the Medusa is farming alone in the mid lane. Okay, they don't catch the Medusa. That's very fortunate for them. Double damage from Sniper picked up. Or rather bottled.
They're coming. They're on their way. They've caught Makoto, and this is going to be a huge issue. Stone Gaze used. Mortimer's Kiss is coming in. They've got the intel. He's burrowed as the Stone Gaze is going on. Makoto, he's just going to die here. He's dead for 70 seconds. He does have buyback, but it's looking grim for Boom.
I just want to know,
Radiant's bottom
Stone
tower
Gaze,
is
just
under attack.
Stone Sniper from him attacking max distance. 1200 radius is massive. And again, I don't think, just because Medusa's losing a couple of games, the hero is weak. I just think people are way too greedy when they draft around it.
Yeah.
What do you need this Ursa for with this Medusa? Too much.
Sure.
We've seen it today with TNC as well. It's just not worth it. You're putting the game in a very difficult spot for yourself. Like, basically you're leaving everything up to the Legion commander, because Lion never wants to blink in first. But neither does Legion, because you want to save people. So what do you do then? But he doesn't even have to blink on Legion, sorry. But it's like, that's what you want, right?
Gets on top of the Sniper, but this is what we were talking about.
He can't move. Or rather gets repositioned twice.
Has to BKB and lead.
He didn't even grenade
anything. No, he just Hurricane Pike.
Yeah, he set a grenade up as well. Which is basically a Hurricane Pike too. But it knocks them back too, right?
What?
The grenade knocks them back and yourself too. Like a Hurricane
Dire's
Pike.
bottom tower is under attack.
Knocks any of these back 425, knocks them back.
So it's basically 2
Dire's
Hurricane
bottom
Pikes.
tower has fallen.
Good, okay. He's going into the Nullifier now. Listen, guys. We recently found out if you Hurricane Pike the enemy, the 4-step does not get stopped.
Man,
Sure, guy dies, but not an eventful. If he gets a Nullifier, we're gonna see this interaction, and it's a pretty
Dire's
broken
bottom
one.
tower is under attack.
My back. Titan.
Look at where CML's doing.
Titan's getting mana burn.
Dire's bottom tower is fallen.
From a distance. Press the attack. Keeping the magic community opportunity, even with that shard.
800 mana burn.
Yeah, all this is getting to be a bit distressing as they just have Max shooting. Viscous names will be right at them through the signs of dead to Tino. Tino wants more. The right clicks are in. The press the attack by China. And look at how far the range is. They'll get the kill on a Makoto. Dream itself buys back, but Makoto doesn't have it.
Bottom barracks.
He says BKB on Ursa, but there's no Dusa. There's Mega Creeps. That's a GG probably. I mean,
CML just burrowed over to the side.
Yeah. Too good.
Dire's top barracks.
Too good of a draft, really. I don't know whether the Nexus has to do again. They pick a Medusa first phase.
Is under attack.
They want something out of it, but they're just not going to get anything. Hyden's up dead. He'll call GG, and they'll immediately just
And the sniper was a perfect last pick once more. They have no answer to it.
Yeah.
And still, any team out there has to convince me that with Medusa plus another carry that you're worth the risk.
Yeah, I don't know why the mindset has changed. Medusa was winning in the carry.